Welcome back to another video with your girl Janelle, and today I'm coming at you with a little chit chat, a quote of the week. And that quote today is, I will not worry about things I can't control. Now for me that means that I will not worry about things that are out of my hand, things that are too heavy, if you understand what I'm saying, things that are too chaotic, or things that are out of my body. I will not worry about things I can't control. I have 6 things that we can't control and 6 things that we cannot control. Let's get into it. Today's video is sponsored by AB Essentials. This is a world-class candle making company. All their candles are uniquely made with 100% soy wax and core wicks. They recently just released their 8 new aromas right before Valentine's Day. Their candles not only illuminate your space, but also elevate special moments. My favorite is the apple harvest scent. This candle brings back so many memories of my grandmother. For just $22, buy a candle for yourself, a lover, or a loved one. Check out the link in my bio. And don't forget, get yours today. The first thing that we can't control is ourselves. We have full autonomy and control over ourselves, our thoughts, our emotions, the things we say, the actions we take, the way we react, what we wear, how we show up, what we put into our temple. Next, our third one is emotions. We have full control over our emotions, whether we want to realize it or not. How we choose to express our emotions, whether we're mad, sad, glad, or happy. I mean, when you're happy and glad, who's not gonna want to express that? But I do know that there are some people who will be humble and try to hide their happiness and joy in the discretion of others, when you should be expressing your happiness and your joy, whether they're aggravated by it or not. Fourthly, how you show up. We have full control of how we show up in our lives, how we show up for other people, and how we present ourselves. I believe that this is it's a big one. I just started focusing on it within the last year, how I show up for myself and how I show up for other people. Growing up until recently, I used to always show up for other people, supporting them, giving them my full 100 support, but I wasn't giving that to myself. And I should have been putting and pouring more into myself. Excuse me. And not into others. And I'm not saying don't show up for others or try to pour into them. Just be careful who you do pour into, because you have some people who you could pour into, but they're not going to pour into you. And that's not fair to you. Nor is it fair that your glass is half empty and theirs is full. Your reactions. Number 5, your reactions. We have full control over our reactions, how we react to certain situations and events in our lives. I believe that the best reaction is to show up with an open mind and positive, and to be not doubtful in the situation, but to be happy and to always see the optimistic within a situation, that there's always another way to look at it. Recently, I've started reacting to the events in my life with gratitude and with kindness and caring and compassion. Because before, I used to just let my emotions run wild. Back to number 3, let my emotions run wild, and just let my emotions control my reaction. And that did not get me far. It didn't get me the places that I wanted to be. I started being more happier and calmer and just more at peace and relaxed when I started to control my emotions and control the way I reacted to situations. Um, the example is you're headed to your appointment. You got 15 minutes in your appointment. You got 15 minutes to get there and be on time. And on your way there, you get stopped by a train. You had a choice to either be mad you got stopped by a train or be glad that the train stopped you, because you never know what that train is stopping you from running into, crashing into, or just encountering. You could have not got stopped by that train and somebody could have pulled out and just hit you. Boom, like that. But they didn't. The train stopped you. Number 5, your mindset. You have full control over your mindset. You have the ability to change your mindset completely. Trust me, I am a prodigy of it. Like, I'll say in 2023 is when I decided to change my mindset and how I view life. Before, I was pretty wild, pretty bad at it. I was really a little hothead. Like, I would get mad so fast, quick to get negative about situations, not want to help people, not want to be nice to people after they've been rude to me. And that just, they conspired into something bigger than it should have been. But when I decided to change my mindset, well, I just became easier. It started to flow a lot smoother. Mindset. Example. Earlier today, I was out. I had to go get some batteries for my camera because my camera died. Okay. Now, 2 examples in one. I was preparing to record. I was preparing to record another video actually, and I was sitting there like, okay, I don't want to go out. I don't feel like going out in the cold. It's snow outside. My car is cold, and I'm gonna just try to record on my phone. I have so much. I already know I don't have storage on my phone. That was out. So I sat there and I thought about it. I said, either I can mess up my streak of getting these videos out, or I can just go to the store, get the batteries, and continue filming. So I got up, went to the store, got the batteries for the camera. Mind you, I was in the store, I was getting ready to check out, I was just grabbing batteries, and a bunch of people hopped in line. The way the store was set up, the batteries were like right here, and then you would just turn around and get in line. But a bunch of people just hopped in line, so I said, you know what, forget it. I'm gonna just go peruse around the store, look and see if there's anything else I need. I went got some cheese, looking for some other stuff, couldn't find what I needed. And so I headed back to the line, got in line, paid for my stuff, left. I'm heading down the street, I'm in the turning lane. And as I'm turning, right, you know how there's 3 lights and then the turning light turns green for you to turn with the arrow. The only people are moving is the cars across from just turning to the right. So I'm turning to the left. As I'm turning to the left, this car is moving, right? So mind you, I'm thinking they're gonna turn. They're just gonna turn right because I'm already turning left. So I'm thinking they're just gonna turn right. Little did I know, these fools were going straight. They were continuing straight. I'm already turning. And I'm like, oh snap. Like, are they going to hit me or what? So I just kept going. I'm like, dang, I thought they were turning. The whole time they was going straight. And I'm like, I started thinking, like, was I in the wrong? But I'm like, no, that arrow was green. And as I look in my rearview mirror, the only people who were turning was the cars turning. So I'm like, what is wrong with that fool? But I didn't get mad. I didn't get sad. I was just like, wow, they were finna hit me. Okay. Well, shit. And I just kept going on my drive, and I'm like, shout out to the universe, shout out to God, because I could have just been in an accident, but yeah, I wasn't. And I just proceeded home. That's an example of a changed mindset. Now, mind you, that was a year or 2 years ago. I would have been laying on my horn, yelling out the window, just jumping in the car, mad because I have road rage. Have. We're in between. We're working on it. I would have just been so mad, blowing on my horn like, "Yo, what are you doing? Whoop 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 whoop!" And I'm just like, you know what? I didn't even give them a satisfaction or the reaction or waste my energy on that situation. I just kept going. Change mindset. Now, here are 6 things that you cannot control. Number one, other people. We all gotta understand this. We cannot control other people at all. Not their thoughts, not their reaction, how they show up for us, how they love us, who we meet in our lives. We can't control other people. And that's just that. Like, please don't try to control nobody. It's always gonna end up backfiring on you. It's going to become something bigger than what it is. Because God gonna show you you can't control people. Number two, you can't control other people's emotions. You can't manipulate them. You can't try to make somebody feel the same way you're feeling. Because like I said, everybody has autonomy over themselves, over their mindset. And just because you feel one way about a situation doesn't mean the other person is gonna feel the same way. And even when you're venting, you gotta think about that. It's a little sidebar, but it just came to mind. When you're venting, you can be feeling some type of way, and you could be expecting this person to feel the same way, and they completely just won't feel like that. And as you're venting to them, you're looking at them like, dang, why aren't you giving me, confirmation that you're hearing me, that you're feeling me? And I think that comes from validation. Like, if you think about it, if you're looking for someone to really agree with you and what you're saying, you're not looking for a solution. It seems more like you're looking for validation. I think we need to start looking for solutions and not validations when we're venting. Because that would probably help a lot. Let's move on. Number three, their thoughts. You cannot control other people's thoughts. It's just not happening. It's not possible. You can't control how other people think, their thoughts about you, their thoughts about certain objectives, agendas. You can't control that. All you can do is accept it for what it is and keep moving forward. You can also look at it as another viewpoint if possible. If you have an open up mind, you can look at it as another viewpoint. I know some people don't want to hear that or do that, but just give it a chance, give it a shot, because you never know what you can learn from somebody else, or what somebody else can teach you, or just hearing out what somebody says and how it can apply either later on that day, or how it can apply 5 days from now, 10 years from now, a couple weeks from then. You never know. You can't control people's reactions. You cannot control people's reaction. This is kind of like the emotions. The way people react to you when you step outside, how people react to you cleaning your car, how people react to you, the way you dress, the way people react, how people react to you when you're walking into the store. You cannot control that. All you can do is accept it and hold your head up high. Know you're that girl, that man, and just do you. Just do you. And continue. Continue with your little strut, your walk, your pose, your style, or whatever. I have an example. Over the summer, I was with my mom Well, okay, let's back up a little bit. So, over the summer, I really got into wearing halter tops and crop tops. Mind you, I would wear them, but just not as much as I wore of summer 2023, okay? Your girl did her workouts in, but I did not wear it as much. And when I came home and I was continuing with my same style, my same fashion, because I didn't change it up. I just kept doing me. The reaction I was getting from my parents and family members, it was like, yes, that look, that face. I was getting those reactions, and I'm just like, whatever. I'm not gonna care. I've been doing this all summer. I was doing it all while I was in college. What am I supposed to do? Change it up because I'm at home around some family members? No. And it's not like I was wearing. It's not like I was wearing crop tops that was showing my bra, or that you lift up like it was too much. No, they were just simple, nice half shirts. If you guys follow me, you'll see me in the summer. You'll see a few of them. You'll see my summer style. But they were harmless shirts. But I was still getting those eyes, those looks, those glares, and it was like, I can't control your reaction. All I could do is continue being me and live life lavish. Okay? Number 5, you can't control people's support, how they support you. For example, when you're looking for your friend's support in your business or your ideas and your creations, and they don't show you the same support you want, you can't get mad or control that. All you can do is accept it, fall back a little, and support and pour that support into yourself. Just know that everybody isn't meant to support you. Everybody's not going to support every vision or idea that you have. Excuse me. You have to know that sometimes it's the strangers, the people you just met randomly on the street, somebody you just met randomly today, are the ones that are going to support you the most. It's always people you don't know who will support you the most versus the people who you do know. And I've learned that from a lot of business ventures. Number 6, you can't control how people love you. Everyone's not meant to love you. Some people are in your life just for a season, and they probably ain't even there to love you. They're probably just there to see what you're on, see what you're about, and to move on, because they weren't never there really for you. They were there for themselves. And they were there to be nosy, okay? You cannot control that. All you can do, all you can do is to love them at a distance, because it's not the point for you to stop loving them. In some cases you should, but if you have a big heart and you can't just love from afar, because it's always safer to love from afar than to love somebody who doesn't love you closely, because you can always end up in bad situations, or you just end up in an environment that you're never meant to even be in. Another thing you can control is how people love you. Some people aren't even there to love you for real. They're just there for a season, for a moment, just to see what you're about. Sometimes they're just there to be nosy. They're not there for you. And you have to accept that and realize that, okay, this person isn't loving me the way I want to be loved. So you have to move on in some cases. You know what? In some cases, you just gotta move on. If somebody's not loving you the way you want to be loved, move on. And sometimes you have to go deep within yourself and learn that you gotta love yourself first in order to receive or to gain that love. Not from that person, but to gain that love. Like, sometimes it's just you're lacking to love yourself. Like, you didn't love yourself that way. So how can somebody else love you in a way that you've never loved yourself? I know it's tough to hear, but I learned this over the summer. I started pouring more into myself, loving myself more times 10, tenfold. And I don't look for love from other people. If you're gonna love me, you're gonna love me. If not, bye. What can you do for me that I can already do for myself? And that's it for today's video, you guys. The quote is, I will not worry about things I can't control. See you guys in another video.